Greetings, YouTube. Today we're looking at a couple of anthropomorphic cat figures. And we're going to start with the Panther over here. Now, these are produced by a company with the initials SWC. I have not been able to find any info about this, but I can remember years ago seeing these things when they were first released and thinking, they look so cool. I think there was more than 2 figures in this line, but since I cannot find any information on these guys, now I've searched repeatedly online and my Google Foo has failed me. So if anyone out there can tell me where I can find information on these figures, I would be really happy, because they are really good. Now, I don't have any of the accessories with these guys, which is kind of a pity, but I picked them up for $4 a piece at a flea market, so I paid next to nothing. I know they were going for a whole lot more than that at one time. So you have quite a bit of articulation with these guys. You have head tilting and head rotation, so you can get your figure into a number of different positions. You have some rotation here in the arm. It's a little stiff, and you have very limited rotation. I'm afraid to push any further than that and breaking it. You have elbow, and it's actually an elbow rotation, kind of where the elbow is, which is a nice. And you have a fully rotatable hand, and you have the same thing here, though the elbow kind of looks a little stranger. It only really looks good in certain positions, and then you still have some wrist motion there. You have some both articulation here at the waist and rotation at the hips, so that's nice. The legs rotation is not great on this figure. It just has the hip rotation on this figure. I don't know if he'll stand up or not. I don't think he will. Oh no, you have some at the ankles. They actually go back and forth. I forgot about that. They actually go forward and back. I don't think he'll stand up on his own. Nah, but he does have post holes, so he was originally mounted to a base. He has a flexible tail, and his outfit is flexible. So you have a flexible loincloth in the front, plus an additional flexible tassels here. His shoulder pieces are flexible, and his hair is flexible, which is a nice touch. The sculpting on this is excellent. It is really well done. I was quite impressed with the execution. He has some jewelry, which is a nice thing, both on the wrists and the at the neck, from hanging up here to this kind of a body harness he has on. Oddly, he has straps on his thighs. I'm not 100% sure how these garters are staying in place or why they're there, but because they're oh, was I wrong? Ah, there is rotation there. I'm sorry. That's why the jewelry is there. I just didn't notice it before. Learn something new every day. So yeah, really well done figure, and this is the Panther. And this is the one that I was really impressed with. This figure is just so beautiful. And again, head. So the head on this one moves a little bit more because it doesn't have the hair in the background in the way. Wrist, shoulders, middle of the arm, which is a little odd, and wrist rotation. He obviously held something in this hand because it's really suited to a shaft of some variety. The other guy had a sheath placed on his belt for a sword, and this guy has a hook of some variety here, so something hooked on there at one time. And arm, no rotation on the hips, no rotation on the thing, and a little bit more freedom of movement on the ankle than the other guy had, and also holes for a base, and just without it, this guy is not standing up whatsoever. He's just gonna flop right over. They're both very heavy. Again, the waist and hip articulation as well. This one is, I think, done better. There's more paint on here. You got a lot of the stripes in here. I think that some of the accents on the clothing are a little better done, and you still have things like this line here, which is free, where loincloth is flexible. The tassels on the necklace, it's kind of the bird thing going on there. These are all flexible in here, from here to here. The line itself is not. But this is a beautiful figure, very well sculpted, and look at those eyes. Look at that mouth. That's beautiful. Now, we actually don't know if they were actual stripes. They could have been solid. They could have been black. We're not sure what color they would have been. but we do know what their teeth look like and what the kind of things they hunted. And their front limbs are often depicted as being longer than their legs. So he has almost an ape-like set of arms on here, which I find very interesting and quite attractive. I'm a big fan of Anthro creatures, and I'm also a big fan of gorillas. So the kind of combination with those arms is good. And his thumb is kind of interesting because it's very truncated, and it really does look like a modified paw, which I think is really nice. The other figure I don't think had quite the same degree of hand-paw fusion, but this one is really quite nice. I'd like to have known what the accessories were about these figures, but I don't know what they are. And again, the manufacturer on the foot says it's SWC, and I can't... my brain wants to say it's Stan Wilson, but I could be completely wrong on that, and I can't find it, and I don't know who these guys are. So if anybody out there knows who these two figures are, and if there are others in the line, and what kind of accessories am I missing, that would be very cool to know. These are great figures. I'm glad they're in my collection, and I'm hoping that maybe someday I can stumble into more from this same artist, because they really know what they're doing when it comes to cool anthropomorphic characters.